Hi everyone, I'm delighted to be able to come and speak to you again about more of our work to ensure equity and belonging amongst our district. In previous videos, we've really updated everyone around the work that we're doing in regards to our district equity plan to ensure dignity and belonging for all of our students. We've updated you on our District Equity Task Force, which is one facet of our work, and recently kicked off a series of community workshops to help build connections and allow for conversations amongst our wider community. We recently fielded belonging surveys and empathy interviews of our students, where they had an opportunity to share with us what are the things that they need to have a strong sense of belonging. This is really what's grounding our work moving forward. We know it's never too early to begin this important work with our students, and I'm excited to feature our SEQUITY framework with everyone. This framework is rooted in key principles, including self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, social management, advocacy, and upstandardship, all which cultivate empathy and promote independence among our young learners. SEQUITY is what guides our work because we want students to have shared and common language. However, we also know that each school has its own identity.
Here at Central, we use the SEQUITY framework to support work that we do with restorative conversations, assemblies, town halls, and all of the community building that we do throughout the grade levels. This year, our fifth graders had the opportunity to participate in a Recess Buddies program where they were trained as mentors to our kindergarten students.
In planning Recess Buddies, we really looked closely at the SEQUITY framework to pick out which indicators we could bring to students to help them understand what they would be doing as a mentor to younger students. So for example, when we looked at the component of social awareness, we thought, do fifth graders understand how they can play a role as a member of the community? How the kindergarten students look up to them as fifth graders and how they can show what it means to be a member of the Central community.
It's been wonderful to see our fifth graders take ownership of this program and really look forward to doing it every week. It's even been greater to see our kindergarteners looking up to them. It really has been a special opportunity for all of our students this year.
The SEQUITY framework was the foundation of this program, teaching students how to be responsible, caring, and courageous members of our school community.
Seeing it embed itself in a math lesson where a teacher may explicitly name, like, here are the self-management skills you need when you're working in a group today or when you're experiencing a hard problem.
Just the other day, I was doing a restorative circle with a group of third grade students, and someone said, we were talking about, okay, if you see someone saying something unkind, this is how we speak up. And we were practicing and we were really in it, working together. And all of a sudden the student says, oh, that's like the purple circle, referencing the SEQUITY framework around advocacy and upstandership. And I didn't make that connection for her. And what does that tell me? That tells us that it is embedded in her room.
It's not isolated to just, that restorative conversation, that disciplinary practice. This is skills and that they are practicing that's natural because it's part of their daily experience.
Here at MAS, we try to bring the SEQUITY framework to life. One of the ways that we do that is by connecting some of our experiences in learning through our diversity calendar with different components of the framework.
During the month of January, February, and March, particularly during Black History Month and Women's History Month, we delved deep into what it means to be an advocate and upstander and studied great examples throughout history of barrier breakers and trailblazers, and how the people that we studied really embodied the components that are described within our framework.
As our students have begun to internalize this information and these great examples that they've learned about, we are seeing this come to fruition in the playground and in our school and in the classrooms.
We know that students learn from modeling, and it's our hope that as they learn from these wonderful examples, that they will be able to not only recognize these characteristics in themselves, but to build them.
I know we've talked about this before, about how fortunate we feel to have the SEQUITY framework to boost up our already established ruler approach, and that we were able to see the alignment and the continuum of skills that students have been developing for the past couple of years.
I think one of the things that has enabled us to be so successful with this work is the resources that we have to support it. For example, the grant that we were awarded with hundreds of books aligned to the different quadrants of the mood meter. And now we have books that are aligned to the SEQUITY framework, and seeing the intersectionality of those and seeing teachers weave those into, their classroom communities and how they're able to start their morning meetings with a text that really reflects the lesson. Because what we've learned is that these skills have to be taught explicitly.
While we teach them explicitly, we're also showing the connections to their everyday lives, but also to characters in storybooks. When they have a challenge, like Elephant and Piggy are having a disagreement, and the kids are making connections to the SEQUITY framework and identifying, I'm noticing that Piggy has a hard time with, well then what would you suggest you do? What would a friend say? And so they're really stepping into it in an active way and learning about how to apply it with characters in storybooks, but also in their own lives.
Those books and those conversations are really invaluable to supporting not only Ruler, but the SEQUITY framework and the alignment.
Thank you so much for joining us as we embark on this journey of creating a strong environment where students not only feel valued, but also have a strong sense of dignity and belonging and academic success.